And then there was one game to go in this 2025 Lacrosse Australia Under-18 Championship, and it is the men's game. We saw a great game from South Australia. Really came to their own in that second half and went, I think, about 8 goals unanswered to win a championship, as we see Victoria being introduced to the crowd and the officials have, and then South Australia will be, and joined in commentary again by Shendell Oliver and Mr. Peter Greenhouse.
G'day, mate. How you going?
Well,
great day for it. It's certainly turned into a bit of lacrosse weather.
I was going to say, Shendell, you were just speaking to some family over in WA,
Yes.
and they probably got T-shirts and shorts on, and we're looking for a hoodie, I think, at the moment.
If you guys sold snow gear here, I'd be putting it on. And yeah, my family, hello to all my family back home, the Olivers and the Papotos and the Woodbridges are having a beautiful Easter lunch together. And they're all in T-shirts and shorts.
And what I just will say is thanks to the Olivers for billeting me all those many years ago too, Shendell.
Yeah, that was a long time.
Very long time.
Pete was playing under 15s and I was a little kid and the little sister of the lacrosse player, and we're still hanging out now, about 20-something years later. I hesitate on how many years I said.
As it just comes in here, it really has just set in. There's a little bit of precipitation around, and we saw that in the last game, but all of a sudden it's got a bit darker down here in the Brighton Lacrosse Club, and don't know whether the lights will end up coming on, but South Australia coming to the field as the players take off their helmets and are being introduced out onto the field, and we will soon have the national anthem. But before we do that, what are our predictions for this game?
I'm going to stick with what I did before, SA by 2.
Yeah, look, I'm gonna go golden goal.
Yes!
SA by 1 in golden goal.
SA by 1 in golden goal. Well, I'm going golden goal as well. And
That's 1 then.
That's all I care about, actually. Just golden goal. And maybe we'll get 3 overtimes in the golden goal, and I won't have a voice at the end of the night, and then people will be very, very happy.
Given how close these three, the WA Vic and SA men's teams and competitions have been this week, yeah, it's tight. I just think SA might have that little bit of a home ground advantage of national anthem.
And the national anthem about to play. Well, again, always very stirring, the national anthems. As the players put their gear back on, we put our hats back on. And, yeah, it's going to be a very interesting game. The other night, these two teams didn't leave much on the field, and it got really antsy in that third term.
Yeah, the flags were flying everywhere, and I love it.
Well, I'll tell you what, you throw a flag up in this, it might end up in the next block. I might be 3 houses down if you get it too high. But the rain just starting to tumble down. But what about the crowd here at the moment? They are not going anywhere.
No, they don't care about the rain. And, you know, where else would you want to be on this Easter Sunday? If you're not here, I'm sure if you're watching, you know exactly what's going on. So,
well,
we're happy to be here.
I can tell you in this weather where I'd want to be, Shendell, if I wasn't watching lacrosse like this.
At home on the couch watching lacrosse?
No, I reckon a nice little winery with an open fire and maybe a nice coloured glass in front of me.
Yeah, it's
absolutely starting to team down here at the Brighton Lacrosse Club.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking there's a lot of people really are going to be wet at the end of the night.
Yeah, there's a few little kids running around and they're absolutely soaking wet. They love it, you know. Easter Sunday, the Easter Bunny's been this morning. They're full of sugar. And they're at Lacrosse.
And here I was thinking there's a lot of people just under the marquee with us here, and I was starting to think I had some fans, Shandell, but
It's not you, Tone.
I think it must be just the weather.
It's not you, Tone.
So he nearly lost his footing there, did the official running out with the balls.
Poor bugger.
Oh, you feel for the officials too in this, don't you? The boys have got helmets on, gloves on, and are up and about, but the officials, they're just getting wet.
And they're not even allowed to wear those little see-through spray jackets. They've just got to handle it like a boss.
Well, they are going to handle it like a boss, and
Bosses they are.
we have some real experience out there in the officiating for this game. So they are in good hands as far as the officials go. Here we go. Victoria coming out onto the field. And it really just has set in here. But it looks like there's a bit of a break in the weather out the back. As Scotty Gill just keeps all the equipment, trying to keep it dry. You don't want to be sitting to the left of our marquee, because when that wind does blow it off, it gives a little shower to the spectators. And but we have a game on our hands here.
Let's do it.
Do we have golden goal, or is there something that is going to turn this game and put a big margin in it?
There'll be a great battle in the face-off here by these two teams, and also the goalkeepers will be looking to put their mark on the game too. Yeah,
just watching the warm-ups for these keepers. Prinsloo, he's been fantastic throughout the tournament, but I was watching Liam Philippa down in the cage for South Australia. Oh, he was eating balls up down there. So it could come down to who makes more saves. But right now, into the centre, we've got Raffaelli up against Attenborough. And Raffaelli gets the first one for Victoria. Pushed there by Attenborough. Attenborough, just steps through, takes the ball out of Flaherty's hands. And didn't see him coming, and an opportunity here for Attenborough. I saw Attenborough dropping bombs too in the warm-up. So Attenborough looking to push offense early. Webb just bounces out of the stick, and this could change it a bit. All of a sudden, not much rain for the weekend, and you get a bit of a wet stick. Starts to bag out a little. Mead looks up. Attenborough looks to slide, comes early there. Good slide from Tarshis.
Yeah, that was a great defensive slide. And ball's at X now.
Ball ends up in Williams' stick. Williams up to Ross. Ross, he's been dropping bombs all week from that 15-metre mark. Mead back to Boss, and a moving pick on South Australia in the crease. And ball will come back here through Barnes. Barnes has Ross on him. Barnes looks to get in, not there, pulls it out and finds Jet Lua. Jet Lua settles the ball for Victoria. Cook down the back, kicks it to Flaherty. Flaherty has Barnes presenting for him, and then he has Newbury up. So everyone a touch now for Victoria. Crawford really drawing this wide here. Little flip up to Lua. Lua finds Barnes. He's got the shorty one-on-one. That's Ross. Barnes steps inside, looks down, finds a trail check in that shot. Ball to go out of bounds. As a great pickup down there from Virgo. Virgo hits Kamek. Kamek back to Philippa. Philippa with an outstanding outlet there to Parrish. Parrish with an opportunity here. Decides to put it inside. Looks to shoot. And there's the first goal of the game. And Max Williams puts one on the board for South Australia. Great transition ball from the SA Reds after an opportunity was there for Victoria.
Yeah, the transition was really, really quick. They got it to Philippa. He found the right outlet. Used the guys down the field, 1, 2, 3 passes, and then a step down shot and over the shoulder of the keeper. So nice start for SA. I think Vic's had a bit of possession, but SA just capitalised on a fast break.
And Max Williams, well, hasn't been a noted goal scorer, but certainly got one away then. Pushes the ball out there, does Kim, and a legal procedure there as the player crossed the line without possession. And we've got 2 whistles here. We're just halfway line. Yep, Luke Keesing just making sure that they're starting. That possession does come up to the halfway line. So Matthews with the ball. Out to Napoli. Napoli, that's and that's what we're talking about with those sticks. A little bit of water in them and all of a sudden haven't thrown much with them. And that one just goes high and wide.
Yeah, and it's something you've, as a player, you've got to be able to adjust to is how your stick's throwing and catching. It's just the game, they would have started with dry sticks and now they've gone straight into play with a wet stick and that completely changes the way the ball's releasing.
So using the long sticks here. Ball comes up into offense. Cook has the ball. Picked up there by Kamek. As the ball now comes to Lua. Lua fires the ball there to McGee. Down to Flaherty. Flaherty rotates the ball through X.
Flaherty, an important guy in this offense. He certainly sets a lot of things up. Same with Lua. Lua looks to drive from that right side.
And this is where they definitely have talked about going through these shorties. Ball down the back to Flaherty. Flaherty rotates the ball quickly. Cutter comes through. Not there. Ball in the stick now of Cook. Cook rotates the ball around and they go again. Crawford looks to get in on his left. Now his right. Good defense there. Just opens it up. Oh! Good save there from Liam Philippa. I thought that with a little bit of rain was going to skip through low.
Yeah, he was right on the pipe though, and he had his body really well behind the ball. So if he didn't actually make the stick save, he certainly had his body there. But another great marker on his stats for Philippa as the ball moves down the field.
Whitty picks the ball up. Finds Valancincic. As Webb rolls the ball up here to Matthews. Matthews over to Whitty. Whitty, the 2 11s together. Always love it when the defender and our offense have the same number. I don't know what it is.
Oh, and another unforced error
and
there.
Another unforced error. So South Australia won't want to give up too many unforced errors. They're currently leading 1-0 in this contest. As the ball will be run out here with McGee. McGee looks forward. Finds Crawford. Crawford fires the ball down to Flaherty, and we've got a timeout, have we? Or an offside here?
It's an offside call.
Offside on Blue. So again, another unforced error.
Could be just jitters, you know, like opening minutes of a championship game. Certainly.
Oh, it goes to Hail Mary. That's not great from the South Australian keeper. Opportunity for Cook, and he fires that one past. No damage done as Lua had the backup. That's not the pass they were looking for from the keeper.
Yeah, luckily he was able, he had, because the pass was so long, he had time to get back inside and set there for that shot from Cook, but Cook sent it wide anyway.
As Gibbs comes around the bottom corner. Takes on Attenborough, not there to Lua. And kicks that one there to Barnes. Barnes up to Jewell. Jewell
Good
looks
check.
for the 2-man game. Loses the ball. Ball to be won. Jewell still has the ball. Now flips it up and rotates it on. Smallacombe comes out to Barnes.
I reckon Ross would have been happy with that little move, that little takeaway.
Gibbs, that's a good contest. They're both 2 physical players, Attenborough and Gibbs. And we don't mind a bit of rubbing his racing, especially in the championship final. Ball down with Cook. Looks to go on Mead. Mead finding himself, grass monster, just a little tap of the ankle there for Cook. And ball to Flaherty. Flaherty to Jewell.
Look at, Gibbs just hanging high, waiting. I think he wants an outside shot. But hang on
that
a second.
gets a body, and they just said, you know what, get up. This is a championship final. Not going to get anything easy out here. Love the officiating there. And opportunity as that ball just nearly sails over the head. Finds Ross. Ross finds Gibbs. Gibbs looks inside as Ross passes it to McGurr. McGurr now finds Whitty, and Whitty checks the ball in. McGurr back to Ross. He's picked up Liam Barnes. Liam Barnes has to shut down the space as we've seen Ross not scared to shoot from that 15 metre on left or right.
And plenty of backup there for South Australia to retain possession. So sending a guy out there to pick it up, I think
that's McGurr.
McGurr.
Yep, those 11s and 17s look very similar on these
do.
uniforms. Ross again fires, and that's come off Barnes. I tell you what, that was nearly one for the neighbours.
Yeah, that had some height on it.
As it's just skipped off the shoulder, and ball back down here as Whitty steps in, rotates back out now, kicks the ball to Williams, the goal scorer of the game so far. Ross already dropped a couple of bombs from outside. Ooh. Oh, good save. And that's the thing. Prinsloo's been excellent in the cage for Victoria. And I think you're going to have to really pick your shots. And given the fact there's a little bit of moisture now in the surface, still with this bounce, it's going to skip on. So maybe just rip one around the circle or just outside and see what it does.
Yeah, a lot of shots have gone high so far from the South Australians.
Well, they haven't used the ground at all yet. And you know what happens when water hits ground. It's either A, going to die and skip through low, or as it's been really firm around these goal circles, they're going to pop up. But it does, I mean, it's physically impossible to gain speed off the ground, but it feels like it is happening. Ball comes inside. Good inside there from Lua. Lua gets pushed into the crease as he is saved there from Liam Falepa. Falepa. Pressure comes on. Here's an opportunity for South Australia with numbers. They've got Williams there again. No, Napoli's up the top. Ooh. Good save from Prinsloo.
He was listening. He certainly shot it. He certainly put some bounce in it, but Prinsloo read that one really well.
I think Prinsloo was listening too.
Yes. He's got a little earpiece in.
And now, just set it up. Great interception there from Matthew Banjak.
Oh, Prinsloo!
There are some big bodies being thrown around at the moment. Liam Barnes just holding himself up as Williams chases him down. A ball comes back into the offensive end. Henry McGee, he'll just try and settle this ball a little bit as some substitutes come on as Barnes did his work at the defensive end. And Gibbs comes on, picks up the defender there and fires, and that straight stick side hip. And outlet comes out to Williams. Williams, great pick-up on his toes. Ball down to Attenborough. That is the Bailey variety. Williams. There's too many on. Is there? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, that's the same. Good save from Prinsloo. And a man up coming here. Illegal procedure. 30 seconds.
5 saves from Prinsloo already this quarter.
He is doing a great job. We see Flaherty. So Flaherty must have gone offside there. So an opportunity here. 32nd man up for South Australia. Webb with the ball. Back to Ross. Looking to shut down those spaces. Williams just loses the ball. Victoria picking the ball up, putting up their keeper under pressure here, and Prinsloo just fires it up. That could come off. Not always the greatest thing to do, just to toss it up. Good chase there with Sullivan with the ball. Long stick comes down. Looks for an outlet. Yeah. Still hasn't found one. Fires it up now. Finds Cook as that outlet. Good work there from the defender in Sullivan. And we're going to time out, I think, going to be called by Victoria. Darren Gibson just seeing nothing he liked out there at that point and says, let's have a timeout. Let me get my offense on and see if we can't even this game up. Really frantic game of lacrosse so far.
Yeah, look, I found in that last set there when the defender was clearing over the line, I thought he was going to try and get to more of the centre of the field and pretend to shoot, which then opens up some of those offensive players because, you know, people don't like it when it's a pole goal, right? But you could see he was quite hesitant and then peeled off to the side, which is also a very smart lacrosse move, and then will enable to get the offense on. But, I mean, there's no shot clocks here. That doesn't impact anything for them at this point. It just just means that, yeah, he's decided to slow it down, have a chat. You can see the offence coach and you can see the defence coach talking now to the separate groups.
It is indeed. And Pete Greenhouse, anything in the stats that are starting to come to the fore?
Prinsloo with 5 saves has been huge. The shots that the SA boys are throwing at him have been much higher quality than what Liam Philippa's had to deal with. He's got 2 saves, Philippa, but much easier saves than Prinsloo. Prinsloo's been on fire.
Yeah.
So it is 2 minutes and 50-something seconds. The clock is running. I don't know why the clock is running on our scoreboard, but it is. I'm sure that, as you can hear, the Victorian, they've called a timeout and they're all slow to get off the defence. And the Victorian coaches didn't want to blow and get an illegal procedure there by having all their players on the field. But no damage done. So an opportunity here for Victoria. As the ball comes around a lure, up to Barnes. He is pivotal in this contest, I think, is Barnes. Captain, I believe, of Victoria. And Barnes just looking up the top here. He has Virgo on him. Ball rotates around to Flaherty. Flaherty to Cook. Cook looks inside. Now, they've looked across this crease a lot, Victoria. Oh, not even looking at the ball then was Barnes. Ran his player off in Virgo. Ball through Flaherty. Flaherty looking at somewhere to go. You just saw Barnes take his eyes off the ball there when he went to take that one. Newbury, he's been a prolific first goal scorer for Victoria in a lot of their games, has Newbury.
Yeah, and you can just see that they're working a bit of a wheel on this left side.
Flag on the play. So the flag has been thrown. So here's an opportunity for Barnes, but good work from Virgo. And we're going to have Kamek, is it, coming to the bench. And just looking at what that penalty is. Unsportsmanlike for 1 minute. So Kamek will sit for a 1 minute unsportsmanlike there. Not exactly what the SA coaches will accept too much of in this game. Cannot afford to do what happened the other night in that third quarter where there were flags flying everywhere. And we'll see whether the heat comes in the kitchen in this contest. Opportunity here for Victoria. They look across the crease a lot in this man up. There's a little rotation there, looks inside, not there. Ball comes up to Gibbs. Gibbs over to Barnes on the bottom corner, Flaherty. Flaherty just throws it at the feet. This could come off though. Looked inside from Lure. Lure finds Cook and settles it down up the top to Gibbs. Gibbs looks to shoot but doesn't. Barnes looks over and that's just thrown high and wide, and Cook not happy with the delivery there. And I tell you what, he might sack his apprentice, Cook.
A bit of a wasted man-up opportunity there. I mean, they've still got time on that penalty with the South Australian player.
Oh, a long throw over the back here, puts under pressure as the defender. Oh, great check there. And that ball is heading towards the out of bounds. Good flick up, ball to be won is won. Great pick up in there, right place, right time for Barnes. Barnes down the bottom corner and a little pass to Cook. Cook finds Crawford and out of nothing there. Great defensive run out. Gets the check on Parrish. Ball comes loose and picked up in the middle from Barnes, and back it goes, and Crawford gets the first for Victoria.
Yep, and penalties also been released now as well for South Australia. So from what I can see, yes, it has. So, you know, it's back to man on defence, or unless they might be playing a zone, but there's even a number of players from both teams on the field.
So even scores they are. Good work in the centre again. He was good the other night against Attenborough. Looks to throw it down. As I said, this rain could just affect these sticks a little bit. But great job there in the face by Raffaelli. Sort of has Attenborough's measure at the moment. Attenborough's been very good. Newbury brings the ball down to Flaherty. Flaherty down the back to Cook. Cook looks to draw on Kamek, doesn't. Ball comes up there to McGee. McGee to Newbury, picks the shorty up. Definite plan to go through the shorties here by Victoria. Looks down, fires, good save again there from the keeper, but backed up there from the shooter. Gets his own scraps. Ball comes over the other side. Lure looks to step in. Lure stepped in the crease. needed to open up the angle rather than shut it down, and ball goes out of bounds. But the crease infringement, as we see the ball coming out here, as just gets pushed out there, Matthews, but Matthews finds Williams. Williams finds Bailey Attenborough down the back corner. Back to Williams. He's the goal scorer for South Australia at the moment. Only one apiece.
About 30 seconds remaining in this
Ball
first.
up the top with Ross. Ross fires, and yeah, you just got to shoot better shots than that on Prinsloo. He is too good. And another big save there. But ball hits the deck. Ross has Newbury. Puts his body over the ball, Newbury. Newbury, limited time. 20 seconds in the quarter. And Newbury brings the ball down. Checks the ball in. Flaherty gets plenty of pressure there from Kamek. Comes up the top here to McGee. McGee picks a shorty up. Looks to roll inside, throws. Oh, that's actually hit his own teammate in the middle.
Yeah, I was going to say that was Flaherty, wasn't it, that copped that one?
I was going to say, I'd say Flaherty was keeping his eyes on the ball, but it hit him in the back of the head.
Maybe he wanted an assist.
So Barnes, nice cut. Barnes gets one late in the quarter.
No goal.
No goal. So time had run out. So right on the buzzer that shot went. But time had been deemed to have run out here. Goal is disallowed. And Victoria and South Australia end the first quarter here in this championship game at 1-1. And the rain is still just somewhat set in here at the Brighton Lacrosse Club. Shendell, good first quarter of lacrosse.
Yeah, look, a lot of up and down. I feel like SA seems to be making a few unforced errors, and Prinsloo is certainly keeping Victoria in the game. Victoria have more possession, a bit more motion off ball, so they seem to be doing more work. You can see those cutters getting through that crease, almost working a wheel on the left-hand side. So, yeah, that's my take on it at this point.
And Pete, your stats probably suggest what Shendell was saying there.
Pretty much. I mean, in saying that Vic had a bit of movement and the ball in the offence, Prinsloo's had 6 saves. Matty Ross has had 4 shots from downtown, and Prinsloo has just eaten every single one of them up. So really, they're going to have to get Prinsloo moving if they want to get the ball past him. But Raffaelli doing great in the face-off. Attenborough hasn't won one all day. Kim got the only one for SA, and unforced errors 3-2 with SA getting more than Victoria.
Yeah, look, I think also just reminiscing on that quarter, SA are taking a lot of outside shots. They're not doing the work to get inside, and I think that work inside is where the goals are going to come, because you need to move Prinsloo because he's seeing the ball so well. I mean, they're setting them wide outside or he's actually eating them up. So they need to work harder to get the ball inside to get a closer shot to Prinsloo to put them away.
Yeah, well, we saw that in the last game and the games that South Australia have played. They've relied on those outside shots. When the pressure comes, and the keeper, well, he's had a whole week of seeing shots. He's starting to really just pick them up like watermelons at the moment. And you've just got to shoot better shots. So what you do is you go to throw that outside shot and look inside and start to get there. And I think the SA coaches would have spoken about that. So ball in the centre as a new face-off player goes in there for Victoria, Zemanchev. But Attenborough wins that one, so he gets his first win of the day and puts South Australia into an opportunity. But how big is that non-goal going to be in the context of the game?
Yes, absolutely.
So Attenborough with the ball. Down the back, finds Williams. Mead. Haven't called his name much at the moment, but he has an opportunity because he is a good shooter. Ball up with Attenborough. Attenborough looking to go once, go twice, not there. Good defence there from Zemanchev.
Yes, especially on the shorty on shorty, send him wide.
So ball up to Ross. We've seen Ross, looks inside. That's better. Mead, he looks like he's going to shoot from outside and then dump it inside.
Yeah.
And Mead dropped the hands. Had plenty of heat on that shot. Goes out of bounds. South Australia bring it back up. Great. Good double there. Just a brush. Love the way this is being officiated at the moment. As ball is up the top here with Williams. Williams steps inside, gets in the crease,
wow.
and that will be no goal in the crease. And
I think
Prinsloo.
the way he held the stick probably wasn't that helpful. He didn't have wasn't able to pull some force across his body there. It was kind of a very vertical up and down shot.
So Zemanchev doesn't get the run of the green, but had enough time to bring it up. Cooks it down to Cook with that skip pass there. Misses the player in Lua. And ball comes back up to Barnes, who now kicks the ball to Crawford. Crawford just rotates the ball down the back. Lua picks the ball up. Little flip out the stick and back to Newbury. Newbury really pushing out here, South Australia. Newbury picks up the shorty. He just tries to run straight through him. Looks up the top to Barnes. Barnes beats one. Don't know where Barnes was headed. Oh! There's one out of nothing from Victoria. Barnes. Don't know where he was actually throwing that ball. Maybe it was towards Archer Flaherty.
Yeah, just watching on the replay now, Tone. So he was putting it to the back corner to Lure by the looks of it. Must have hit the defender's stick, bounced up, and
Flaherty, right place, right time.
Yeah, Crumbs, seagulled it.
I think that one came off Parrish's stick.
So something out of nothing. And sometimes when it's running for you like that, the lacrosse gods are smiling. So ball in the centre. We find Williams up against the face-off player there in Raffaelli, who's been very good. But Max Williams gets the ground ball for South Australia. Ball up the top with Matthews. Substitutions coming on for South Australia. Matthews now kicks the ball to Whitty. Whitty goes at pace. Just gets the double, comes back to Matthews. Matthews picks up the shorty. Looks back inside. Williams fires another bomb. But Williams is off target, backed up down there.
Again, high. That was a high shot.
So, ball in the stick of Napoli. Rotates out. South Australia with a bit of a different looking offense down there. As we see Napoli coming down from the bottom. Looks, passes the ball up to Williams. Williams to Matthews.
Prinsloo certainly set, thinking that player's going to come down the alley.
And
goes
that's
wide, and the
wide.
little cheeky Commander Army roll with a bit of help from Tarshis there at the end was quite interesting to watch.
Well, he saw Chris North pointed with his camera at him and thought, you know what, there's an opportunity for some action shots. So, ball out here with Matthews. Matthews down the bottom corner to Whitty. Whitty rolls back on his right. Chased there by Raffaelli. Ball back up the top. Little inside step from Napoli. Good save again from Prinsloo. Not a bad shot, though, from Ethan Napoli.
Yeah, certainly worked hard to get inside. Took a step around, stepped down and bounced the shot.
Now they're shooting. That's offside. So nothing called there. Get away with one there, Victoria. Definitely stepped over the halfway line in that clear. And might have missed one there. But ball is in Victoria's offensive end.
Yep, Coach Gibson instructing the players to just get the ball around, slow it down a bit.
A little bit of offense now for Victoria. Jewel with the ball. Players need to work hard with him. Jewel just steps inside. Oh, clears a path. Looks down the bottom corner to Cook. And Cook, no defender came to him then when Jewel came down the centre.
Oh, he just basically walked through then, didn't he?
He was like Moses parting the seas right there on Easter Sunday and found Cook on the bottom corner.
Yep, and then Cook just popped it in the basket.
And out to a 3-1 lead here. Victoria over South Australia. Prinsloo doing a great job in the cage for Victoria.
Yeah, 8 saves to Prinsloo this half.
And that was actually a good shot by Napoli. You know what? You have to make the keeper make a good save, and he did make a good save down there.
Yep, he earned that one.
Comes back the other way, and defence will have to tighten up for South Australia. So here's a one for Attenborough. Still has in the back of the stick. Looks to pass it down. Just kicks it down. Good work there from Mead. Mead kicks the ball up to Smaller-Combe. Smaller-Combe thinks about it and then thinks, nope, I'm a long stick. I will just sub. My work is done down here. Get some offense on, and Ross Picked up here by Barnes, and Ross just fires that one wide of the cage. 2 touches in offense isn't going to get it done from South Australia. Really need to work some good offense down here.
Yeah, look, at least they're changing the level and starting to bounce a few now. So that if they just keep taking the shots, they're going to come.
Mead to Williams. Williams to Attenborough. Attenborough, they really look like they want to work this left-hand pipe with right-hand drive. Ball, as we see Ross again, picked up by Zemanchev. Ross fires that one. Oh, they are not the shots we are looking for.
Yeah, again, it's that fade out to the side. So they're taking off their angle. They're taking away their own angle and fading out as they release the ball.
Just fires it up. That's off a red stick. That's coming out. Good work there, and under massive pressure as
good move by Parrish.
the ball was loose there.
Did you see Parrish kick that ball as well to his teammate?
And we're going to have a hold here, I believe.
Cross check.
Oh, okay, so Lua gets done for a cross check right in front of us.
I was just admiring how Parrish had the control and then was able to stick a foot out and tap it on.
Yeah, he's. I thought he was just going to tap it up, a bit like the old soccer ball, just kick it to himself a couple of times.
Yeah, then pop it in his own stick.
So an opportunity here for South Australia. Power play situation, looking to fire. Oh, Prinsloo again. Just wrapping it up. That is not the man up either that South Australia would be looking for. I'm sure Coach Anson Carter and Reece Townsley and Mark Bahaja won't be happy with that. Here's an opportunity for Victoria. Looks down to Barnes. Barnes, just dropped the hands there as Newbury goes to pick the ball up. And we're going to have offside on blue, are we? Well, I count 3 of them down there. No, I count whistles happening here. So ball has to come down the back. Maybe an illegal substitution.
Parrish
So
again.
Parrish looks inside, finds Ross. Ross, as the rain continues to teem down here at the Brighton Lacrosse Club. You know what? 4 days ago it was 34 degrees, and Ross again firing bombs. Pete Greenhouse, as he goes to get the ball out the back. How many shots has Ross had now?
7 shots. I'm not sure how many on target.
So South Australia are in a man up here. Ethan Napoli, as the penalty has been released.
It's just being pushed into the back corner.
Pushed into the back corner, needs some help here. Napoli uses his feet, but runs now into a long stick, moves the ball on. Ball down here. Looks inside. That's just a bit of a nothing pass. Could have come off, and a flag
penalty.
down. That's going to be a hold as well, I think. Yep. So a hold there on the defender from Victoria, Kieran Tarshis. Now, can South Australia set up a man-up opportunity here and run a decent man-up play? Because at the moment, it's just dropping bombs from outside.
Yeah, look, Anson Carter, head coach, is a really intelligent offensive player, so I expect them to have a really great man-up play or power play. So let's see what they've got up their sleeve.
Little rotation here on the right-hand corner. Looks down the bottom. Good save there from the defender. And first on is Prinsloo. Doing everything right. There is Prinsloo. And Victoria will bring the ball back. 3-1 with 6:50 to go in the second term. And ball picked up here by Gibbs. Gibbs looks up, finds, here's a numbers with Victoria. Cook, I don't know what he was looking at. Maybe too much smoke in the kitchen down there.
Yeah, a bit too excited and just caught it before he had it.
Ball, and it's making Matthews have to work for it. And South Australia, can they settle in offense here?
I tell you what, I reckon Prinsloo's getting, just continuing to peak. As the games go on, he's just getting better and better and better.
Well, the more shots you save, the more...
The better your percentage.
Well, and also you just start to feel like nothing's going past you, but you become Superman down there. And goalies, when they get confidence, they really do get confidence. So Ross with the ball up top, fires again, just threw it to stick side.
And a quick outlet to Barnes.
We'll get at half-time some comments from Peter Greenhouse on those stats, but at the moment, there's a lot of shots for a lot of saves.
Yep, and just over 5 minutes to half time.
So ball up the top here through Crawford. And yeah, that offense down there, just shooting from the 15-metre mark, while it may have worked for the week, isn't going to work here today, especially not with this weather around.
Newbury looking to drive. It's got Jewel working inside there, but now just come up for an outlet.
Oh, looks over the top. Good start. Oh, good. I tell you what, Liam Filippa, he must have been doing ballet, I reckon, for the pre-season, because that was a good set of splits.
Yeah, that was a great swing pass too from Newbury across to Lua.
So
and that's what the SA are not doing. They're not moving the keeper.
great skip pass to the outer side, which opened someone up. Ball here through Crawford. Crawford up the top to McGee. McGee takes on the shorty. McGee fires, and again, that's probably a pretty easy save there for Liam Filippa. Gets put under pressure. Parrish has the ball on the outer side. Looks forward. Just throws it behind him, but that's come off fortuitously for the... ball, as Chewies are on the field here. We don't see that very often. That's not a saying I've actually said. Oh, another outside bomb. Big save from Prinsloo. But Whitty, again, he must have been 18 metres out shooting that.
I just want to know where that packet of chewing gum came from.
Came out of the official's pocket.
Oh, I thought it was the player. I was like, did you have it in his sock?
I thought someone had spat the chewy. Yeah.
Hey, Pete Greenhouse with all the dad jokes on the Easter Sunday. Not only does he give eggs.
Yeah. And also we've got two defenders out the camera side of the field now. Pretty open for Prinsloo for an outlet, but they're going to clear in the middle.
Great take in the middle there from Crawford, but runs into trouble. Picked up there by Smallercombe. Runs over. As allowed to keep going, though. Looks like he's going to go all the way. Does. And just gets nutted right at the end. And that has put him down. Gets back up. No flag on the play. Just asking the referee, going, hey, excuse me, sir. Is there anything there? And the answer to that is no.
Play on's the call, in the words of Dennis Cometti.
So ball down the back with McGee. Looks to run this right-hand post. Fires around. Tink, tink, tink. Off the bar. And SA will get the back up through Liam Filippa.
Yeah, Filippa did good there to really push himself out to that line.
Pressure Cook.
And again, back in the play. Just give me a go, boys.
So ball down the back here to Virgo. Virgo looks up. Oh, gets picked off, though, by Cook. Looks in the middle. Oh, they had one on, but good vision not to pass that.
Filippa just was casually walking back to his crease as well. He could have just let it go.
Well, Kamek was in the middle. Flaherty was in the middle, and a lot of people would have passed that ball straight to him, but Kamek would have eaten him up if that had been. Victoria retained the ball.
Yeah, you can just see the water splashing off the sticks when the players catch it. That's how much rain we've seen this afternoon in this game.
Barnes looks to fire. Good save again from Filippa.
Yeah, that was actually quite good placement from Barnes. It was just a great save from Filippa.
It sounds like someone's got a chainsaw out here. As the flag comes down, and that might be Flaherty going to the box. Illegal procedure, 30 seconds. Checking the goalie maybe, and we've just got a timeout here. Charge to South Australia. So 2 minutes 25 left in the second term. It is a 3-1 game to Victoria and South Australia. They just want to... I thought Mark Bahaja was going to have a word to the officials there for a second. I'm thinking, no, I think they're doing a pretty good job, Mark.
He's letting them play.
He was just going to his defenders. And but it's the offensive end for South Australia. It's only a 2-goal game. Where do their goals come from?
The team that starts moving the keeper will be the one that scores the goals. It's easy. We've got two keepers that are arguably the best keepers in this whole competition, and all they're seeing is shots from downtown. You know, they're just eating them up. It's the easiest day out for the goalies at the moment because they're seeing them, like you say, watermelons.
Yeah, they're just like big passes, aren't they? They're from that deep out. You're not going to trouble too many good keepers. And especially as you go up in the grades from these under-18 championships, as you get into seniors, most of the senior goalies around Australia will just look at that and go, thank you very much. That's like me spreading butter on my toast in the morning.
So what they need to do is get the ball low, in my opinion. Get the ball to X or goal line extended and have a lot of cutters, picks and cuts from the top. Get the defence moving, get the goalie moving, most importantly, and then they'll get those shots in.
Well, we've seen South Australia when they do move it. Bailey Attenborough has been really good coming around on that right-hand bottom corner, and they haven't tried it once today. So opportunity here now for South Australia. Webb with the ball to Ross. Ross passes the ball over. Here's a rotation, and that has skipped off the ground. And that's what I'm saying. Start to utilise this surface, because all of a sudden it's still hard underground, but now you've got some moisture on the top of the grass. Ball out to Attenborough. Oh! And in speaking of outside shots, Attenborough, well, he's just sent a laser into the top right-hand corner. And Attenborough, well, maybe we're wrong.
That was a lovely shot. And did you see the splash of the water? Like I said, it's coming off the sticks. That one, obviously a ball hasn't hit the net for a while, and it just basically rained down on Prinsloo there.
So ball back into the centre. Kim in the centre for South Australia. Up against Semenchev. Great pick up there from Barnes. Barnes looks to push forward and just releases it here to Cook. Cook is guarded heavily there by
defence
Kamek.
pushed out really wide then.
Well, South Australia have been pushing this. He wasn't ready to get that back then either, Crawford. They've been pushing really wide in their offensive sets or defensive sets. Looks outside, fires, and great save there from Falepa as Lua goes low. Ball on the outer side. Little up check. Parrish is up the line. Kamek has Parrish. Cook and tries to pass that off. Parrish, good look. Not a just picked off the toes. That's a good pick up there from Ross. And looks down there to Mead, and that's shot gone wide, but backed up by South Australia, and they will chase the ball down. And that is Bailey Attenborough, who will bring the ball in. As Williams looks to drive from the backside, goes left, looks up the top. Good trail check there. Defensive stick. Now he's doubled, and we've got a whistle on the play. We've got another timeout. So South Australia burning both of their timeouts in this second half. Not much time left in this quarter, 30 seconds. If you don't use it, you lose it.
Yep.
So why not have the last 30 seconds, and they will have another chat about what worked that last set and what their new set is for the last 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's I'm like, what do you got, Anson? Show us what you got.
I still think they need to get the ball low and have a good group of boys working off the ball. Finding that free player, it'll come eventually, because what moving off the ball does is it confuses the defence.
Yep.
And the defence often will overcommit to one player, which will leave another free. And if you can get the ball to that player, then it should be an easy goal. By turning the goalie, he's got to turn almost 180 degrees, and he's got no chance to see where that ball's coming from.
Yeah, what player's actually going to be releasing it?
Well, they've got one opportunity to look on the cage. Limited time in this second term. Currently Victoria up 3-2. Does South Australia have a 30-second play that will even it up going into half-time?
I'm saying yes.
Yes? Shendell has gone yes.
Yeah, I just know Anson is a smart coach, and he's a very, very smart offensive lacrosse player.
So Williams looks to roll the ball. They just don't look like they're on the same page, those two, Webb and Williams. Well, they need to get the ball on if they're going to, as the clock comes on the field. Looks up to Mead. Mead runs out. Attenborough looks to fire a shot off. Back to Mead. Mead, he's going to have to fire a shot, and that's up and over. and no damage done on the scoreboard. So we're probably just about to hear the whistle as it comes up to the mouth of the player as ball hits the deck. And that is half-time here in this championship final. Victoria 3, South Australia 2, and the two teams will head to their respective benches. We have seen a real arm wrestle of two championship teams here. And Shendell, very interesting first half of lacrosse.
Yes, so low scoring, but this was how it was yesterday as well. Started really slow. I think definitely the weather's impacting on where shots are going, but I think we need to get higher shooting percentages if we want to be competing right now.
And Pete, those shooting percentages at the moment, mate, must make your eyes boggle because you keep marking shots down, but not too many goals.
Yeah, a lot of shots. Matty Ross has got 8 shots, Max Williams 5, Jet Lua 4. For no goals. Sorry, Williams has 1 goal out of those 3 players.
He got the first goal, but that was the first goal of the game.
It was.
For the first shot, so
Yeah.
he's 1 from 1.
Yeah. So, really, like we've spoken about, we just got to get the shot percentage to be increased. Nothing coming from face-offs. They've been a really
50-50.
really good arm wrestle there. But the biggest difference in stats for me is that fella in the cage, Prinsloo. He's had 13 saves in a half of lacrosse. Liam Filippo 5, but Prinsloo's shots that he saved have been probably better quality shots, in my opinion, and he's been the one that's kept Victoria in this game.
And really impressed, given the weather set in like that, and it is just turned into winter right now here at the Brighton Lacrosse Club. It is freezing. The unforced errors, there was a couple early, but they really tightened up, and given the fact that their 6 could have bagged out a little bit.
I got 3 apiece from the unforced errors, and they were early in the game.
They were early in the game.
And, I mean, I've been very impressed with the skill level from all of the teams here at this tournament, and the boys, again, even with the wet weather, have really, like you say, tightened up.
Well, we saw this the other night, Shendell, where this game really heated up in the third term. It was set where it is now, and have we got a third quarter like we had the other night?
Yeah, I'm here for it, Tone.
You here for it?
Yeah, I think, emotions are going to really start to escalate. There's a lot to play for. There's a lot on the line, as there was the other night, but this is the time when it really counts. You can see, I think the players, I'm just checking at the weather. It's 15 degrees, feels like 9. The more they move, the better they're going to feel, because their bodies will be feeling cold if they're not moving. And I think...
well, I know their bodies might be feeling cold. Ours are freezing here.
That's why I just checked.
Because we don't get to get on the sprint as we normally do.
Yeah, and they're young athletes. They've got plenty of energy, but I certainly think that the weather conditions are playing into it. But emotions are going to start to rise now, and I think that this is, like we talked about the last quarter, third quarter's a premiership quarter, and whoever turns up, I think is going to be taking home the silverware.
Yeah, look, they'll have to push that weather out of their mind as it gets a bit dark over in the west there, and hopefully that's it for the day, and it's just a little bit of coolness around. But I'm expecting the heat to heat up in the second half here with this contest as the two teams look to come back and they have a rest. And we might just have a quick break here on the Australian Lacrosse Network to reset ourselves. We'll be back very, very soon on the Australian Lacrosse Network.
good.
And as the two teams just get up and about, Victoria have broken from their huddle. SA are about to break from theirs. And on the screen, you'll see a QR code that you can donate to the Australian Lacrosse Network to keep this live and free coverage going. So we would really appreciate any donations you have, even if it's just $5 to look after our volunteers here. Get on, do the QR code, and that will help out.
We were just chatting off air about how cold it is, and I just said to the guys, there's literally a lady wearing a sleeping bag. Like, it's that cold. It's bitterly cold.
That's like, what do they call those? The
Snuggies, hoodies,
snuggie, hoodies. But it's a sleeping bag hoodie.
Yeah.
I reckon we need some of them. Or we need little fires at the back here with that glass of whatever I was talking about from McLaren Vale earlier, because that would be neat too.
I'm going to pull my socks up higher, like that's how cold my legs are.
See, that's something you've never been asked to do, Shendell, in the commentary box. Pull your socks up.
It's a good look, Shendell, the socks and sandals.
I had to. My feet were so cold. I texted a friend, Bigso, earlier.
Better than that, they're not Crocs, so I'm impressed.
Yeah, Pete's like talking about what I'm wearing, and he's got
I know
army
he's
print
got
Crocs
Crocs
on his feet.
Yeah. Yeah, there's something that if you ask my daughter or my partner, I will never, ever have on my feet.
Don't knock it till you try it.
No.
Danny Kim moving to the face-off, which is good to see.
Yeah, he's really great in the face there. So,
And Attenborough on the wing.
Well, I think that's really good because he's been very good in there, Raffaelli, up against Attenborough. And I think just changing Kim up in there will just change that look. It is only a 3-2 game. We are about to start three-quarter time action here on the Australian Lacrosse Network. And we got a legal procedure. That's not the way that we thought that it would start. And Kim, well, on cue, wins the first face-off of the second half. So ball here with Attenborough. Up to Mead. Now Mead hasn't had a lot to do with this contest yet. He has been a fairly big scorer in this, and he might be one because he does get in on the cage for South Australia. So maybe that's someone that they need to look at in their offensive end. Attenborough goes hard, the 2 nines, gets past. Good kick down the back. Rotation, looking for some cutters, but good defence down there from Angus Tucker, not allowing too much. Mead, the player we were just speaking about, up to Ross. Ross, pick comes in, and they've just played sides there. Good defence there as Raffaelli makes the ball motion down in the bottom corner. Here's Mead. Mead coming up. Good on the bottom corner. Contact started legal, so it remains legal. Attenborough.
Oh, wow.
Out of nothing, but he used the deck there. And we've been talking about that where Attenborough just rolled around, obviously had a screen in front of the keeper of Prinsloo, not giving him an opportunity, and just pops that one low off a bounce shot.
Yeah, that was a really nice little move from Attenborough, the bouncer.
Well, gets his second of the game, and better than that. That's the way that South Australia would have wanted to start this second term. And he
has tied up the game.
Tied up the game at 3-all. So ball in the centre with Kim. Kim up against Semenchev as a collision is had there. Loose ball push. That's going the way of South Australia as well.
The lights are on Tony as well. So
well, a little bit of heat maybe, Pete, for us. Well, there's what's in the box and what's happening through the lights, mate. So ball.
For those playing along at home, there's a lot of dad jokes also taking place here today.
I can't understand why that would be, Shendell. Attenborough up the top against Semenchev. Semenchev looks, rotates round. South Australia, better movement, and they've come out of this halftime break looking a little bit more lively, looking to get in on the cage. As another ball is fired from above that 15-metre mark.
Yeah, Whitty was just also next to him, and he had a couple of players on the crease. He could have gone Whitty and then dumped it inside, but he decided to take the outside shot. Maybe they'll change it up again for this set.
So Williams just asking exactly where he should start the ball, and it's right there as Attenborough gives it back to him. Bailey to Williams. Looks to come up the top side of him. Doesn't quite get through that pick. Attenborough looks to get inside. Riley Attenborough going about his work. Good pressure there from the defender. Ball on the deck. Ball to be won. Pressure there as the ball is still on the ground. Comes out. Looks in front of the cage. Not picked up. An opportunity here for Attenborough. Attenborough looks up. Monstered gets in the crease. And he is well in the crease as Attenborough gets up well. And Gibbs with the ball will bring it out of offense. Finds the SA player there just trying to put on some pressure is Bailey Attenborough. And he's just been asked to hold up. I don't think he minds that, staying in the offensive end. As Victoria now have an opportunity. 3-3 game. And are we headed to my favourite? I know it's early in the third. Or are one of these teams really going to take it away like South Australia did in the women's game? 5 unanswered goals in this third quarter for the women, and really did put a margin in. So an opportunity here for Newbury. Newbury up against McGurr, who has Barnes with motion. Good double there from Banjak. Banjak over to Newbury. Newbury picks him up, gets free, looks down. Good save there from Falepa. Ball goes out of bounds. No, picked up by Lua. Lua pressured on the outer side. Just tiptoes the line. Gets it up to Barnes. Barnes over to Gibbs. And Gibbs, he'll reload again. Straight away. Barnes comes down, looks inside. Nothing there. Looks to rotate out the back, but X not really presenting there. And Cook now he gets there. And Cook will run the ball, a little inside step, so this could open up something. Does open up. Flaherty, just past the post, and a bit of WWE action down the back there.
Yeah, the level has certainly lifted. The intensity is on its way up.
Well, we saw this in the game the other night. Came to the third quarter, and everyone took a step up. You can feel it again, just starting to really get some pressure. Ball just dropped there by Newbury. Picks it back up, draws the double. Ball comes out and is picked up there by Flaherty. Flaherty back to Newbury, up to Barnes. Barnes has the long pole. Barnes, natural lefty, looks to get past, does get past, and knocked down there by the defender in Parrish. Parrish runs a good circle. That nearly gets picked off there by Flaherty. Pressure coming as Falepa has the ball, as we have Valancinik up on the wing here. Looks up, Napoli. Now there's an opening there. Valancinik could have just kept going. And might have opened up something, but ended up going and subbing. Ball inside, looks, that one's just trail checked out here to Williams. Williams picks the ball up and will bring the ball up here to Napoli as substitutes come on. And Ethan Napoli looks to take Newbury down this left-hand pipe as a flag is on the play as well. Looks to inside, still there. Mead as the ball hits the deck, and that will be blown off. And that's going to be a hold. Hand went straight in the back as he got past Napoli there. So Newbury will sit down for a 30-second hold. 9 minutes and 10 seconds left in this contest in the third quarter.
And only one goal scored so far to tie it up, so it's going either way. Look, they're playing some good D sets. Just a bit of a transition game today.
So Williams, little rotation, comes out, looks at Mead on the bottom corner, tries to fire it up. That ball's gone through, and probably glad that there's a bit of moisture on the surface. It's just held that up. Mead again tries to fire the bombs. Oh, great save. Good pick up there from Mead, and he's one that the flag's about to fly. And there's a little bit, we talked about it the other night, there's a little bit going on, and Mead gets the goal. And there's a penalty coming here, and that was after the goal, so South Australia could start with the ball in their offensive end.
Yep.
I'm not sure what that was all about because Mead was on the ground. He was just tackled by that young fella and he stood up and had another crack.
Unsportsmanlike. So we've seen the unsportsmanlike there, and that's on Gibbs. He's worn a couple of unsportsmanlike, Gibbs. He's tough at the contest, but you've got to pick your mark. As here's another big opportunity for South Australia as Mead puts them in the lead. And South Australia, can they get 2 in a row? Ross, is this the momentum that they're looking for? Ross kicks it over, finds Williams, back to Ross. Ross just making the defense work up the top, looking down. Little rotation starts now. Mead, this is the one. Attenborough on the bottom corner. Good interception.
Napoli was free about 15 times then as well. In the middle, there he is again.
And Ross looks down.
Napoli
Not
again.
there. Ross, he's about to fire one and does. And actually found the top of the net in the top corner. Official right on it as the keeper looked around and said, no. But Luke Keesing just puts his hand up and he said, that's exactly where it hit. And a big penalty there for Victoria.
Costly.
And Ross gets his first of the game, and it's a 3-0 quarter here for South Australia. We saw the girls do it 5-0. Have the SA boys learn anything from that?
I just want to, after that set play, that power play, just give some cred to Napoli. He worked and kept that defence engaged on the crease.
Ball, as this wing was opened up, ball to be won. Attenborough picks the ball up. So another opportunity here for South Australia. That could be a big unsportsmanlike penalty if they score here again. And ball with Mead as substitutions come on. Williams has the ball. No, penalty released. So only 1 goal scored for that penalty. But I like their offensive movement a bit more in this third term. And just hung it out. Looks up the top. Williams finds. Good save again from the keeper there. Great from Prinsloo. But they've really locked him off. They look over, looks up. Good take there from Newbury. He should have just kept running that line because he ran back into trouble as Newbury. He's going to be chased down and needs an outlet. Gets one there now.
Finally some offence here for Victoria. Let's see what they've got, what tricks are in the bag. They haven't had a lot of it this quarter.
So Flaherty passes the ball to Crawford. Crawford just wondering exactly what he's what we're running here. Jewell comes up to take the ball, and McGee comes on for Victoria. So McGee, he's picked up the long stick and he's just said, well, I'm not the man that is supposed to be driving here, as we see Crawford come up to do that work. Crawford steps inside, beats his man, looked inside, nice pass back, and that's just gone well wild. But great pick off there from Valepa. Had his eyes on the play. Ball comes out, finds Kamek. Kamek, pressure coming here, and just threw it straight out of bounds. Victoria, they can go. Looks up, looks for someone up top, not there. Keeper back in the cage. Crawford looks, gets someone behind, fires, and that's just passing practice again for the keepers. They are quality keepers here, and you've got to shoot better than that. And another save there for the SA keeper. Ball comes down, Whitty just drops the ball. Opportunity for Victoria. Comes back the other way. Kamek just trying to hide behind Flaherty there to say I wasn't here, and then he steps out. And ball with Cook down the back. 5-3 is the score. South Australia with a 3-0 quarter so far.
Yeah, certainly in control this quarter.
Could have almost been a moving pick down there too on Lua. But ball comes up the top to McGee. McGee to Gibbs. Gibbs, the two 10s against each other. There's symmetry again. Gibbs looks to take on the shorty. Not there. keeping it wide. Lure kicks the ball over there to Cook. Cook just running circles, but not getting too far. Now Barnes. He's one that I'll be looking to step up as this game really enters the tough bit. Looks inside. Oh, that could work as well. Oh, good work there from the keeper, but just a loose ball push and turn the ball over. So Victoria with the ball. Back up here to Gibbs. Gibbs takes on his short stick. And that's hit his teammate in the crease. Ball to be won. These are the ones, and ball is under the stick. And it will be taken out. So deemed to be an interference call there. Kamek with the ball. Oh, that's just fired over. That is one for the crowd. And I tell you what, Webby, he's got some good webs in that left hand. He can be in my cricket team any time you like, as he just saves that one from going any further. And Newbury, oh, just a couple of little errors at the moment. Just mental lapses here from players. And it's been a long week, and who's going to just step it up here? Ball, McGee fires that one to the right, and that's going to be an SA ball. Great work there from Liam Philippa. It's those little 1% things that make a big difference. And ball is going to be given back, and he'll receive it back now. Now Parrish is up the line. Parrish gets a ball to bounce. That bounced quite nicely. Looks in the middle. Finds Attenborough. Man on here. Look from South Australia on the bottom corner.
Wow.
Attenborough. That's great transition ball from SA.
And really unselfish play. He could have sent it from the bottom left corner, sends it to the right and gives it to Attenborough to finish that off. That was really lovely to watch. Really unselfish, great team play, but also excellent transition.
They are the prettiest goals, those ones, where they just find it. Every player gets a touch, and the guy at the end of the line just slots it away.
Well, Bailey Attenborough has been that man on that transition. Scored a lot of goals in this tournament on that bottom corner, exactly like that, and didn't shoot it hard, just had to put it in the back of the net. So South Australia, 4-0 for the quarter. Are they going to do? No. Zemanchev, he wins the face-off. Now he's looking for some relief. Finds it there in Crawford. So a 4-0 quarter. We've got 2 minutes 45 to go.
Victoria got some work to do.
And they've gone out here to a 6-3 lead. So Victoria through Newbury. Newbury's been a prolific goal scorer. Looks down and fires, and that one's gone straight across. That's going to be an SA ball, is it? No. Just in front there was Jet Lure, and Jet Lure will bring the ball back in for Victoria. Newbury starting to do a fair bit of work as Newbury picks up the short stick and steps out of bounds. Good work there from Riley Attenborough. Looks up, fires to the Smallcombe. Smallcombe on the run. He's got space. Looks over, gives it back, looks to fire. Good save.
I thought we had a goal pole then. Or the pole goal, sorry. I got so excited, I got my words mixed
And ball
around.
coming back the other way now. As Ross picks up the breaking Crawford.
Yeah, SA's defence did really well was to get back just then.
I don't know. If I was the long stick, I might have kept that. There was no one really coming to him, and he would have been better in full motion. Looks inside.
Oh, wow.
And Victoria get one through Jet Lure. So an opportunity down in the South Australian end is snuffed out, and it comes back. And Lure getting his first of the game and brings it back to a 2-goal game here.
Yeah, just cut from the, just past the top of the goal line, extended and puts it over the shoulder.
So Victoria keeping themselves in this contest.
I think that's what we haven't seen a lot of is feeds from X there to cutters from the top, and that is just proof that it works.
So Kim knocks the ball out, gets to pick it up, loses the ball on the deck. Oh, good body. That's a good body. Just a straight line through the ball and a loose ball push. Now we'll go to South Australia. Don't mind that contest at all.
Don't mind that contest.
No malice, just straight hard at it through the line. No raised sticks or anything, so just a good contest. But South Australia end up with the ball through a loose ball push. Mead. Have they got another one here, South Australia? Mead. Good double. Coming there from Tarshish.
Oh, look at Attenborough sitting on the crease.
Oh, Webb on this back corner.
Wanted it.
He did want it, didn't he?
And then you've got the other Attenborough at the top for an outside shot.
As ball comes down to Matthews. Matthews up to Attenborough. Riley Attenborough just taking space on Gibbs. Looks to go hard. Gibbs against Attenborough. Just holds him up. Good work there from Gibbs. Little inside. Makes him have to stretch there, Matthews. Matthews looks to roll back inside. Looks up to Attenborough. A numbers here. Attenborough on the crease. And that's the thing we were talking about earlier. Rather than dropping bombs from the outside, working that top, finding someone inside, and Bailey Attenborough finds it on the crease, turns, pops it into the top corner, and South Australia out by 3.
Yeah, he seems to be rotating in and out of there quite a lot in their offensive set. And just at that point in the offense, no one was on him. No one slid to him. He just was able to step one step to the right and send it low with an underarm shot.
5 goals to 1 in this quarter, and Kim, he's not done with yet either. Ball out to Smallacombe, fires as the whistle runs out here for the end of the third quarter. And again, we talk about it, championship quarters, and South Australia 5-1 in the third have put a big break on Victoria. And do they have what it takes to get back into it at 7-4? Well, I'll tell you what, that was all South Australia, and I love their offensive setup in that third term.
That was very nice. Good to see them change it up and recognise that they've got to play the inside game. They were still sending the big bombs, but yeah, you just saw them capitalise quite a few times on that. I think Victoria need to start working on that pick, what Pete's been talking about, getting the ball low and setting the picks, or setting the cutters from the top, because that's when you're turning the defence's head and there's opportunities presenting themselves there.
And Pete, big quarter of lacrosse for South Australia. Stats would have all been potentially their way, mate.
Yeah, I've got, you know what, I've actually got 4 unforced errors to SA and none to Victoria, which is surprising given the quarter they've just had. What I do have is Danny Kim in the face-off with 4 face-off wins. He's been taking every face-off now, so they recognise that he might have the measure of the Victorian face-off men. But the difference for me has been the way the SA boys have still been really driving hard from the top and sweeping, but rather than going for that big bomb every time, they've been keeping their heads up. And like that last one, where they found Attenborough in the crease, they're looking for that free man now. So the goalie has to do a lot more work, as does the defence.
Well, we talked about it actually pre-game that, with Attenborough being matched up well in there for Victoria with Raffaelli. And as you say, Kim's come in, changed that up. Good coaching from the SA staff. And SA, well, that's a dominant third term. The girls did it in the under-18s for South Australia, a 5-0 quarter, a 5-1 quarter. Is that enough to get them over the line, or do Victoria have an answer here? Well, they need an answer for Kim, because here's another face-off win for him. Gives SA the first opportunity here, and I don't know. Kim got an MVP yesterday. He's certainly on his way for another one today.
Yeah, but I don't think Vic are done yet. I think, yes, he's winning the face-offs for them, but I think they'll find some fight. They've get the dog in them. And
the dog.
The dog.
Can I pat that dog? As ball comes down the back. Ball is lost. And here we go, Victoria with the break. Look up.
They've
There's a
got
little
numbers.
pass up again if he needs. Just loses the ball. Great pressure from South Australia. Now he needs to, there's a loose ball push, and just gave that away as he gets up, and Attenborough finds his way to his feet. As the defender picks his stick up.
He's got Barnes right across the field, which he's seen as well. But
Oh, just
pass
misses the
too
pass. And that's those unforced errors we talk about. Just instead of trying the simple things, they've tried the outlet. And Ross presents for Parrish. Matthews with the ball now. So they managed to do the right thing there, Victoria, turn the ball over, but just could not get the ball out. And Matthews picked up here by Barnes. Matthews runs him down the left-hand pipe. Good swap there. SA again with the ball on the deck. Great pressure, but good take down there from Williams.
got help in Ross at the top if he needs it.
Ball with Attenborough over to Webb. Webb, pressure coming out on the hands. Victoria are going to have to get it nice inside take. And good shot there from Matthews. And another good inside look. And who fed that one? Was that Webb?
Yep, that's his second assist for the day. He's having a really good game, Mitch Webb.
Yeah, and you could see Attenborough, number 7 Attenborough, I'm just going to make sure the name's right. Bailey was actually engaging the defender there, who was Drysdale, keeping him occupied so he wasn't able to make that slide, which opened up that space for that shot.
And Matthews with the goal there, Jake Matthews.
Yep, just got a little backdoor cut. It was great.
Good shot. Ball to be won. Great pick up there. Oh, good spin. Just couldn't quite keep it in. McGurr is where the contest is at. Lua, he's chased down by 3-4 red shirts. Now he gets through that. And Virgo. So there must be loose players here somewhere. Oh, and again, another unforced error for Victoria. Throws it at the feet there of Archer Flaherty after doing all the hard work.
Yeah, that way he had 3 defenders coming at him hard, and he managed to grab the ball off the ground and then head towards their offensive zone, but wasn't able to hit that pass.
As ball is given up to Whitty. Whitty kicks that ball up quickly to McGurr. McGurr looking to run over the line. He's now under pressure. Nice little one-handed pass. This could open up here for Napoli. Napoli looks inside down the bottom corner. Good save again from Prinsloo. Got a good wing on that one. And ball, but look at the numbers from South Australia chasing, although leaving him in his wake. Looks over, there's a man up again. Needed to give that ball over to the shorty. Doesn't. Ball checked out of the stick as McGurr just gets bodied out, and a timeout called there. Good coaching timeout. Just to keep it in there as McGurr took a whole heap of pressure. And South Australia, that's what coaches get paid the big bucks for one decision like that, just to keep possession.
Yeah, very smart coaching decision. It's really starting to turn, the heat's turning up now, like what's just happened in front of us, seeing the ball go forward, back.
I wish it had turned into 34 degrees again though, Shendell, because this 15 degrees is no good. A lot of people have out here in shorts and they went, oh, it's going to be a nice day. It's been a nice day for the last 5 days. As
my bones are aching. But this is what we do when we love lacrosse, right?
And you know what? The smart people in the group
have got Crocs and socks
well,
on.
no, they bought jeans today. And, just knowing the South Australian weather.
Yeah, some of us aren't from here, Tony.
No, I know, but you're from a place that never gets below 25 degrees any day, is it?
Yeah, 25's cold.
I was going to say 25. Do you actually own long pants?
Yeah, I had them on yesterday because it was cold yesterday.
Only to travel with.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, just for lacrosse trips.
Just for lacrosse trips. And there's always plenty of them, Shendell.
Or training in winter.
Well, don't know what that's about these days. And normally we get this cool, but it's in a commentary box sitting right up the top of a stand, just like the Sunshine Coast. Or Hong Kong, which was even better.
Yeah, the aircon.
Ball up the top with Mead. Mead goes hard as the defender comes out there from Victoria in Drysdale. Just give him a little tap. Ball, good pace here from South Australia. As Williams Now rotates the ball up to Napoli. Napoli picks up the shorty and then runs into another shorty. So Napoli comes down, looks to draw and throws that one out of bounds. So opportunity here for Victoria.
That was some good defence there by Victoria. Really sent the slides at the right time and forced that error.
So 8-4 game as Barnes, he says, well, I'm going to put the team on my shoulders here, and rotates the ball down. Beats Napoli. Beats Attenborough.
He certainly plays a leader's game, a captain's game, Barnes.
Yeah, he has that lefty look about him, doesn't he? Yeah. That just, Flaherty just looking like he was about to lose the ball. Yeah. And Gibbo really not happy with his troops there. Yeah, the coach asking where were they going. And ball looks to get inside, looks over, just can't quite find Flaherty on the crease as the ball trickles into the stick there of the keeper. And Filippa, Ruse,
here comes
nice
Barnes.
Turn there from Parrish. Parrish looks like he wants to get down and have a shot, looks inside. Nice take from Ross, one-handed. I'll tell you what, that was a good cut.
Parrish has been very good today. As a defender, he has really led this group of defence for South Australia, and he's involved in everything.
And it will be exciting to watch him in South Korea, Shendell, in the Australian under-20 team.
Absolutely.
As the ball is just jarred out there, but picked up by Attenborough. So Riley Attenborough gives it down there to Williams, but receives it back. Matthews has Ross, tries a little V cut. So the shorties just looking like they're trying to lock off on the shorties. Matthews gets inside, and Attenborough, that's come off the player in front of him.
Bailey Attenborough's just been hanging around there for probably the last 30 seconds, waiting. And obviously, look, he's there again.
So
stop giving him the space. Like, his stick's hot. They've got to really mark harder on him, and now they look like they're trying to, Victoria look like they're going to do that.
So Ross picks up Barnes. Ross, left hand, fires it wide.
11th shot for Ross.
And Attenborough again. No, not that time.
Ball down to Webb. Gets the pressure there from the Victorian long stick. Attenborough. Oh, no, sorry. That's Williams. Ball goes through. Picked up here by Barnes. He has been, what do we call it? The ball taxi, Shendell.
The ball taxi. I didn't want to steal your lingo, but I did say it yesterday.
Yeah, no, you can steal it anytime you like. Crawford with the ball. But Victoria, well, they've scored 4 goals for the game. They're currently 4 down. There's 8 minutes to go. Plenty of time in the contest to get back into it. But the fact that they've scored 4 in 3 quarters, do they have... and if they drop the ball like that, maybe they won't. So good work there from Attenborough. He just wanted it more, didn't he?
Yeah, but also the move to actually pick the ball up and then put his body between the boundary and the ball.
Attenborough going, looking, and pops it away. And there is one that might just seal this contest. He just wanted it more in this defensive end. Picks it up, puts the Jets on, and Attenborough puts one in the back of the net.
Yeah, it's being chased down, but not a slide quick enough. 11, I'm just trying to see who 11 was. Didn't slide earlier enough or come to help. And the defender also came from the GLE.
So Tucker from Victoria, that is?
Yeah, and unfortunate for Tucker, Attenborough got one up on him.
Well, when you get a full head of steam like that, and he just literally looked like he was going to go to the cage from when he picked it up. The only one that wanted it, and Victoria, body language is a big thing. Good work in there again from Raffaelli. Little one-hander, gives it to Gibbs. But 5-goal deficit now with 7.5 to go. That third term just might be the difference in this game. So ball over to Newbury. Ball here to McGee. McGee just goes at pace. Gets inside and then loses the ball. Kim, he has just needs to push it forward. Gets massive pressure from Newbury. Just throws it down the back.
Rolls out past
Opportunity
Philippa.
here from Philippa. Gets monstered. There's a
Parrish.
flag coming. There's a hold on the play. And now the keeper just gets one as Lua just wears and another penalty here. That might be going on. We've got an illegal procedure here. And one on the... So that's going on Flaherty.
Just on that outlet, Parrish, like I said, he's been everywhere all day. He was literally standing here in front of our commentary box waiting for the outlet, just that Philippa obviously didn't have the vision at that point because he had 5,000 players on him to make that pass. But really good way to get clear, get space. He was available.
And South Australia won't mind this. There's 2 players in the box. They'll be in a 4-zone Victoria. And a big opportunity here for South Australia to just knock another nail into the wood. As man up opportunity for South Australia. In a 1-4-1 they are. So 1 at the top, 4 across the middle and 1 in as that ball goes wide. No damage done. South Australia back it up by Webb.
Yeah, interesting that they've got Attenborough. He's been really hot on the inside game there on the crease. He's at the back now with the ball. Why he's not the guy sitting on the crease? Maybe he's going to rotate in.
So penalties have been released, those 30-second penalties. And they need to get someone on. The Victorian coaching staff are just going, let's get someone on. And in the midst of that, Bailey Attenborough says, no, no, no. You can't get anyone on quick enough. And Bailey Attenborough gets his 3rd of the game.
I just want to have a look at that replay because I said he needs to rotate in.
I think they gave you the answer as to why he was playing at that position.
Yes.
So Bailey Attenborough gets 3. And but I was watching the Victorian coaching bench there, and the penalties got released, but they didn't have someone ready to go.
Yeah. Yep.
And they were all arguing about it. So ball here. Good job there from Raffaelli. Raffaelli just tosses the ball up as Philippa gets through 1, 2. Oh,
wow,
just a little bit of the matrix down there from Liam Philippa.
A toe drag
And
almost.
this could come back the other way though. Just slipped over, as did the 2 players for Victoria.
Body
Lua
and sticks going everywhere.
looks down,
Penalty.
flag on the play as the rain starts to come down here again at Brighton. Ball, Newry steps inside, flag on the play and just tries to dip and dunk that one, but not to be. So a 30-second hold there on South Australia. Just seeing who's going into the box. That is Kamek. Will sit down for 30. And Victoria Lua just looks to open up the arms, but didn't lock and load. Barnes to Gibbs. Nice rotation here from Victoria to Cook. To Lua, fired, and he's been outstanding today, Liam Philippa.
Yeah, Crawford was just creeping around the crease. He wasn't, I guess, crawling enough.
And he's got a man inside there, does Smaller-Combe.
Here comes Barnzo.
Smaller-Combe gives the ball up. And now South Australia into an offensive set again.
Penalty released.
As we've got a 10-4 game here, so South Australia are out by 6. Are they going to extend this even more? Ball to hit the deck. Ball down on the deck. Great pick up there from Gibbs. He's good on that ground ball contest, is Gibbs. Gets nice and low and has good stick skills. And Barnes, again, the ball taxi for Victoria. Looks up and Barnes just says, get out of my way, Mr. McGurk. And looks over to the opposite side. Rotates, great stick there from Virgo. And we've got 2 flags on the play here.
Just talking about Barnes there, he's got a similar style, I think, and even look the way he plays or the way he moves to Sean Clark from Victoria.
So, yeah, he does indeed. Sorry, I'm just watching the bench there.
Yeah, no problem.
There was a cross-check given, and then there's a 30-second penalty as well on... just trying to see who's over there. I reckon that's Ross.
Williams as well.
Is that Williams?
Yeah, on the
Okay,
left.
so Williams got the cross-check. But Ross got the 30-second technical. There was a flag thrown from the bench while all that was going on down here. So we'll just double check that again. So just
So the call was
number
offside.
5.
Offside.
Number 5 for
Offside.
offside. Yep. Okay. Oh, I saw a cross-check thrown there. So there's 3 in the box.
Oh,
So there's another one in the box. So we're going to have a 3 zone here for South Australia.
Strap yourselves in, defence.
Well, I'm going to say 4 minutes 19, 6 goals. And if they score, you want to, well, there'll be 2 technical penalties. So they'll just release.
They've got 2 guys off ball.
Good
Either way.
work, good rotation here. Oh, Filippa
Filippa.
again. On the doorstep, Liam Filippa. Great job there. Ball to be won on with South Australia. Good fight down the back. Lua opens up the top. Looks down and Lua fires it past left. And Filippa tells him that he had no opportunity to shoot it anyway. Oh, loses it out the back of the stick. So Lua on the deck. Ball to be won. Is one there. Picked up by Crawford.
Penalty.
Flag on the play and another big save there for Filippa. And Filippa says, here you go, have the ball out there.
So they got one released and now one heading back to the box. So still
Still in a
3D.
3 zone.
They're handling it really well, and Filippa's stepping out and helping the defence as well,
Yeah.
as well as making the saves.
Parrish, though, coming off and looked in the opposite side and again missing the cage in the crease. And just Cook going down there too in the back corner.
Yeah, Filippa's are really going to have to help the D2, so I don't know if he's going to.
We got a whistle on the play.
might have a Hail Mary.
Yeah. Well,
So-
these guys aren't moving though. The offense guys aren't moving.
And
Now yeah.
just Pete, he heard you. As the ball looks to come back the other way.
They were just too stagnant, those offense.
Well, Victoria have numbers, and they've still got one on this box on the opposite box side. Barnes, and there he is now. So Crawford, he will bring the ball into offense. Looks down, fires to Jetty, and there's a goal against it. Cook gets one back, but I think it's all too late as they go to a 10-5 score here with 2 minutes 49 left in this 4th term. But good transition ball there to find Cook on the back corner.
Great work by Liam Filippa being that 4th defender throughout that 3-man down.
He has been exceptional in the cage and probably puts his hand up a little for an MVP performance today too. So ball in the centre. Do Victoria have 5 goals in 2.5 minutes? Well, not if they can't pick the ball up. And Smallacombe, well, he picks the ball up. He's under pressure straight away. Kicks it over to Kim. Kim. And Danny Kim finds Williams. Williams down to Attenborough. Bailey Attenborough. He's been good today too. As ball, they're going to have to double the ball if there are any chance. Otherwise, South Australia will just take time out of this clock. But they look like they just want to go and get into offense as Attenborough comes up against Zemenchev. Zemenchev passes him off to Newbury. And ball to Williams. Williams to Napoli. Napoli looks to come top centre. He has Zemenchev as he gets past. And now gets ball dispossessed. There is Napoli. That's come off a red stick. No, come off a blue stick. So Napoli with the ball. Ball over here to Whitty. Whitty looking like he wants an opportunity. Napoli down to Webb.
1.5 minute in regulation time.
So Webb looks inside, just fires the ball down the bottom. And backed up there from Attenborough. So Riley Attenborough looks to go on his left-hand side. Good slide, great slide there from the defence of the Victorian. As ball hits the deck, ball flicks out. That's fortuitous for South Australia. Whitty picks the ball up and gives it back up to Napoli. Napoli looks with the long stick on him. looks to draw. Just needs to pass the ball off, does. Webb picks the ball up, back to Napoli, and just wasting some clock time here. Limited time in this, under a minute in this contest.
45 seconds to go now.
And keeper comes out to protect that, but South Australia quite happy just to run the clock here a little bit. Napoli with the ball and just holds the ball down the bottom corner.
Yeah, and out comes the
keeper
keeper
comes
now.
out to, and a stall call on for South Australia. They won't care about that at all as Napoli just gets some screen time here and passes the ball up now. Whitty looks to rotate backwards, looks over, finds Webb. Webb just running the clock out. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, whistle up to the mouth. And that it is. South Australia do the double in men's and women's. And it is South Australia running out winners 10-5 against Victoria in the men's 2025 Lacrosse Australia Under-18 Championship. And the walls and rooms will be rocking in the South Australian.
There was a big stacks on there just to finish that game. I hope they've got their backs are okay. We've got a whole season ahead.
So you reckon no injuries during the game, just in the celebrations after, Shendell?
They looked like they were having it was a bit of a royal rumble.
I reckon that happened last time they had the under-18s here in one of the celebrations. Someone did an ankle.
Oh, they did too, didn't they?
Yeah.
Down this bottom corner.
I think it was from the girls' team.
Did the girls' team.
Yeah.
Went to do the celebration and did an ankle.
Yeah.
Gosh. Well, yeah, awesome job. What a great game, South Australia. Congratulations.
Yeah, yeah. And what about last year in Melbourne, where Hutto is just throwing his helmet up into the air after the tournament, and Dallison was running off, and it's just come down and hit him straight on top of the helmet.
Right on the
That's
noggin.
what cartoons are made of.
Well,
Yep.
that was.
I reckon that one made the one of the socials.
One of the socials.
big
It
socials.
certainly
yeah.
did. Oh, but South Australia doing the double here in the men's and women's, and congratulations to South Australia. Commiserations to Victoria. Played a fantastic game, but just not able to get their offense really going today. And I suppose now we get one last chance to look at the MVPs.
I'm ready.
Okay, Shendell, go.
I would like to take from Victoria. I'll go Barnes again. He's been consistent, and again the ball taxi, as you call him. And then I'm going to go with the defender. I'm going to go with Parrish. I was very impressed with him today.
You liked Parrish?
Yep.
Pete, go on.
I'm going Prinsloo for the Vics. He did as much as he could. A lot of saves in the first half, not so many in the second, but Prinsloo for me for Victoria. And for South Australia, I am going to go with Riley Attenborough. Really stepped up when he needed to and got those goals, which started that run for South Australia.
All right, well, you've left my man open there, and that will be the keeper for South Australia. Liam Philippa, I think, was excellent in that last half.
Yes, he was.
And made a big difference. And, yeah, for Victoria, well, I just looking down the pages here, I'm going to go Raffaelli in the face-off. I think he did a fantastic job up against initially, and he was at least in the contest all day and has played exceptionally well for the respective side. And
Just looking at the points between the Attenborough brothers, 3 goals each and 1 extra assist to Riley. And I thought Riley, actually, they're both outstanding.
I nearly didn't go for Lepper. I thought one of you would have taken him, and I would have taken Bailey Attenborough. I think he was rather good.
Well, just while we wait for the MVPs to be announced, I might just quickly go.
Here you go.
Yep, go on, Pete.
Go through the goal scorers. We've got Muller with 1, Crawford with 1, Cook with 2, Flardy with 1, and for South Australia, Williams 1, Ross 1, Riley Attenborough 3, Bailey Attenborough 3, Tyler Mead with 1, and Jake Matthews with 1.
Yep, and just on that, as it pours down here, just to finish off the tournament, it's just what we need. Plenty of goal scorers on that card, as the two teams just start to line up for the MVPs, and we'll try and get that to you live on the feed, as Scotty Gill is keeping his hands warm by holding him up into the winter air.
This is so cold.
We're just going to huddle as the ALN in here and just keep ourselves warm, because it's absolutely freezing here. And just what we need, that little bit of extra water.
Coming out of that, this is all for the broadcast, so don't worry about the fact that you can only hear me here. Congratulations on the sensational championship game. That first half was an absolute ripper. And then South Australia, as South Australia's done today, just absolutely tore it apart in that third quarter and then brought it home in the fourth. But fantastic effort by both. I'll hand over to our Victorian coach to say a few words to begin with.
Yeah, after Vic, South Australia, what a game, you played awesome. You guys took your chances today. The pressure was on. Look at our guys are a little bit behind today. It's important we've had a big build-up. We've had a lot of growth and development from the squad. We've got a lot of young guys in the team as well, so we'll take a lot of experience out of this and all about. But you guys have a fun night tonight. The best player around today was number 9.
Getting the MVP.
Oh, I probably would have picked him if
Yes.
I didn't go
First
with a
off, to
defender.
my guys
take
at
that
SA,
one.
phenomenal work. I'm really, really proud of you guys. We needed you to, and you earned this. Great work. To the Victorians, amazing game, fellas. Amazing game. That's how you open up a half. You really brought it to us. You showed us everything you had, and I respect that you guys will be not only future state representatives, future Australian representatives, maybe some Olympians in there. Okay? Really, really impressed with the effort. I couldn't ask for a better opponent come Sundays. Best on the ground for you guys, number 2, Kieran.
Arshis, the defender, did have a very, very good game as well, as the MVPs have been awarded here. And, well, I'll tell you what, as the water is just milling around, we may start to wrap it up here. Remember, QR code for the Australian Lacrosse Network. We'd love if you could donate to us to help us fund these live streams. And I think Ethan was up on the camera today. Scotty Gill was up on the camera. Oh, and Ethan.
Oh, the people's champion.
Oh, Scotty Gill, he's just everywhere, isn't he?
Eddie everywhere.
He's just everywhere.
He's
Well,
giving Eddie Maguire a run for his money.
I don't know. And Blake was down here on the production side of things. And the crew in the commentary box, Pete Greenhouse, thanks, mate. It turned into winter. It started at summer at the start of the week, turned into winter, but some really good lacrosse, and appreciate having you on board.
Always a pleasure. I love these junior tournaments, watching the next crop come through the ranks.
And Shendell Oliver, our pitch perfect partner.
Yeah.
Always great to have you on board, mate. I think the next one is the Nationals in June in Melbourne. Look forward to having you there.
Yeah, can't wait for that, Tone. I think we're going to have a really great week of lacrosse. I know quite a few players have to come back from interstate for that tournament. I think there's an Aussie camp maybe a week or so before that, and then a lot of them will be staying on. So I think we're up with some real great talent going to be seen at that tournament.
And I'm sure with the Olympics coming that we'll have a lot of these top Aussie players putting their hands up for these state tournaments. I don't want to miss out on any opportunity. Thanks, Scotty Gill. And on behalf of myself, Tony Watts, and the Australian Lacrosse Network, it's always a pleasure to bring you live and free lacrosse. And until the sticks are swinging, we will see you next championship.